Good morning guys, and welcome back to the trail. And what a difference today's trail looks like. This is Blubberhouses Moor. We're not mucking about. We've left the car about half a mile previous. We're getting straight up onto the moorland from Blubberhouses. And you can see, look at that sky. We haven't seen that for the last 24 hours. After yesterday, the hose water circular, wind, rain, we had everything thrown at us. We ended up walking in the dark. But now, look at this. So it's about coming up on 8 o'clock. Blue skies. It's given this for the rest of the day, cloudy with intervals of sunshine. Happy, happy days. That back there was St Andrew's at Blubberhouses. What a welcoming little church. I was more than happy to go inside there. After Paddy put me onto it, I do tend to go into open door churches. And a lot of churches do keep the doors open. I'm really impressed with that. They're not worried about vandals or anything, especially not in a rural place like this. Very welcoming. I wrote in the visitor's book, took one of the New Testament, got it here, Psalms and Proverbs, fantastic to have on the trail. I can put that with my journal. Thanks guys for that. I will be making a donation online. They left some details for me on the desk, so I'll make a donation and help them guys out. So yeah, I love to see the gospel put forward like that, to offer the Bibles and the word for free. So yeah, I wish that church all the best. But for us now, we're heading up onto the moors. The moors! And we're going to pick up, you can't see any of this map, but I've got a proper map. This Roman road. We're going to get up onto the moor, pick up the Roman road. We're going to head up right onto the high point. Not far from the last time we were here at Ilkley, because Ilkley is just south of us here. Then we're going to head south east from there. We're going to get 2 trig points today. And then we're going to head north up to Swinsty Reservoir and then Fewston Reservoir. So it's promising to be a really scenic route today. Not much urban environment. We're going to be mostly in the moors. The moors! It's like Tourette's. The moors and some plantation as well. So we're off to a great start, guys. Let's bash out some miles. So on the map, there's a kind of green public footpath down there, and that's originally the direction I wanted to take up onto the hill. But when I got here, it was obvious there was only this footpath, which just took us onto Coat Hill, just to the south of it. I've said before, I think when I did Skipton Moors, my philosophy on moorland walks is, if there's a clear and obvious path going in the direction you want, take that, rather than try and cross moorland that doesn't have a well-travelled path. If it's not got a well-travelled path, it's not been well-travelled, would you believe it? So when I looked down there, there was almost no sign of any kind of footprints, no trodden grass, no nothing. This has several way markers to the top of Coat Hill. We'll see what happens when we get to the top. But our route originally to the Roman road comes off the hill over there, which I don't know which name it is because I've not got it on me. Excellent navigation. And then comes down to Coat Hill. So cutting a little bit off, but that's my philosophy on moorland. I've walked across too much bog and fen and all that horribleness when there's been no path. So path's here for a reason. I'm going to take it. Man, what a view. Seems very strange to not have the wind howling in my ears today. Absolutely stunning. Just a light mist in amongst the plantation. Sun breaking through. Fantastic. So, this is Coat Hill. The track there is up to Flout Hill, which is where we would have come from, but there was no track visible from where we started our walk. So maybe if we'd have pushed on and muddied through the bog we'd have got onto the track and up onto the hill. Not lost anything, it's not a lot of mileage lost. But yeah, there is a track from this point up to the hill, which obviously doesn't work for us. But yeah, as we came out of that gate before, there was nothing going in that direction. Right, so onto the Roman road. I'm going to press on, and we think pretty confident we're going into that plantation later on. It is amazing what difference to your mood a bit of sunshine can make. What a fantastic morning on a not so Roman road. Seen better days, but man alive, happy to be alive. I'm very glad it's only about 10 degrees because I am sweating. It's very warm. Well, it's cool, but I've worked up a sweat. It's been a long slog, gentle inclines, and I'm just northwest of Sugar Hill. Hopefully following these little boundary markers. I think they're originally boundary posts for the land, but they've formed a kind of natural route that where the footpath follows. So we left that sort of tributary behind and we're heading that way. And in that direction should be Howber Hill and Beamsley Beacon, where we were last week. I can see some stuff on the hill there. I don't think we're going that far. But yeah, woohoo. Loving it like that. What a difference from yesterday. The house water, it was about an hour and 20 minutes from where I live to get there, and I didn't check the weather report for Rosgill, but apparently the weather report was wrong anyway. Howling wind, if you've seen the video, howling wind, spray. I thought I was going to get a respite for a minute there, but as you can tell, the weather report gave it about 40 mile an hour winds. It was a good day still. Kept reasonably dry. Ran out of time at the end, which I do need to be aware of today because I've got Tim's Bible study at 6. Don't want to miss that. So I need to keep an eye on the clock and the mileage, but I think I lost a lot of time yesterday just struggling against the wind. My average speed has gone down, so don't expect that today. But we do have a chunky 16 to 17 miles, which usually ends up a mile extra, so there'll be about 18 miles today with a 1 hour drive back down the A59. So we're near Otley. This is we had to come from the northern side of the moors. Oh yeah, 2 days. No, I've not done a couple of days in a row since St Oswald's Way. I'm really happy to be out. Happy, superdy doopity happy. Pretty sure we're heading there. You remember that's where I had lunch last time. I think I read a bit from The Gentle Art of Tramping from the journal. And we've got behind us the Ilkley way marker there. And it says 12 miles to Ripon, Ilkley 3 miles. But we are heading this way. And this is going to take us down to the plantation. And that will then give us the entire range of this moorland. But you can see the fog has come down now. The sun has gone in. It's a shame. Fell runner came past, first person I've seen, with a wall-eyed collie. Collie did not even look at me. It's a well-trained animal. Off in the distance I can hear grouse shooting. Don't think that involves us, but I've still yet to come across a piece of moorland where active grouse shooting takes place. Been through many grouse butt areas, never seen grouse shooters, don't know how it works. Would be interesting to find out, but preferably not in a way that would divert me for miles. And we're going to follow the fell walker. Now she's got well ahead of us down that way. So this is Gork Hill Gate on Gork Hill Ridge. Again, we've got Menwith Hill there. That's a field full of golf balls. Don't know if you can see it. And again, we've got this more natural path that follows the boundary stones. As you can tell, much better to walk on. But our path on the map is officially over there. But I checked it out again, not well walked, because this one seems the more obvious. So people will take this one. But we're going to rejoin our path a bit further up. It does converge with ours. We're very much on a magical mystery tour today. I did not intend to go up to Lippersley Pike. I admit I got distracted. Someone who identified as a spiritualist, I don't want to misidentify her, was having a conversation on the Insta. So I was reading the reply and chewing on it, thinking about it, and ended up just following the path to the pike because I saw the stones. So it wasn't on the map originally. 330 metres. Would have been a great place to have a brew. But you know, I don't like to hog landmarks like that, especially for the people who come in to do their thing, their Instagram or photographs or whatever. And 2 people were just walking down the path then. So we've carried on and we're going to rejoin our path near to the plantation. I can see just up ahead. Oh, I'm loving it. Absolutely buzzing this morning. I would appreciate the sun coming back though. We've got some blue skies here and there. Lovely bit of deforestation. Well, if nothing else, bleak landscape like this, plenty of stumps to sit on. That's exactly what I'm going to do. We are at the 4.7 mile. Never noticed we gathered so much mileage. Yeah, 2 young women came through with a horde of sausage dogs. I thought I was about to be attacked. They didn't seem to find that funny. No sense of humour. And they came through. This is the Red Gate plantation. That's where they came through. So our path, once we've had our brew, goes through that way. Well, you can see a bit of deforestation here. Right, let's get the flask on. breakfast of kings. Well, I bought this morning. It's the McDonald's breakfast roll. Didn't really feel like it on the way in, but now I do. Oh, sun's out. Yep. Living like a king. A couple just went past. It seemed quite busy, to be fair. Well, this has always been a busy bit of moorland all around Ilkley. Yeah, stumps me. Comedy genius. Pretty grim, but I'm glad there's something to sit on. It's perfect height as well. I mean, look at that. It's like they knew I was coming. I'm going to enjoy this, take my time. So this was from St Andrews at Blubberhouses. There was a sign saying they were free, so I took one and there were plenty, so I don't feel I was robbing anyone. Absolutely brilliant. I know Bill Mason, if you remember from St Oswald's Way, he tends to give these out when he's evangelising. I've always wanted one that will go with the, perfect size, go with my journal pack. So I'm very grateful to St Andrews for making those available. And as I said, I'll reimburse, help them carry on doing this good work. But yeah, that's going to go in there. That's always great to. So this is part of the Bible. It's the New Testament, so that's the life of Christ plus the letters that follow. So the life of the early church back in 33 AD to about 65. And you've got the Psalms there out of the Old Testament, what you would know as the Jewish Bible, which talks about Christ coming. And then the book of Proverbs is also from the Old Testament, which is from the wisdom literature, and it is exactly that. It's Proverbs, sayings, understandings of the wise, which I do love to meditate on. And by meditate, I mean think about, study, chew over. And speaking of chewing, back for the sandwich. This is a lovely bit of trail, this plantation. It takes me back to that 2-mile diversion on St Oswald's Way. Autumnal colours on the leaves. Peace, quiet, except for me gabbling on. I like how they've turned part of it into a conservation area. I think that's pretty cool. There's a lot of timber, a lot of wild growth as well. I can see why people like walking through here and then up onto the moorland. What a nice bit of trail. He's not even holding his stick. Bit of road walking, and I suspect we might be going up there. Sowerby Road. Up onto there. Now, you're not going to hear me say this very often, but I've thoroughly enjoyed climbing this hill. So we're on the eastern side of Wharfdale. I'm just going to let these guys go past. All of a sudden it's got busy. We're on the eastern side of Wharfdale. No, not that wharf. Man alive. How many times do I have to say? And here's Wharfdale. But what irritates me is I've had my eye on 2 trig points on there. Shooting Hill was one of them at 300 metres. And when I got to the access point, someone had padlocked the gate. And this is open access moorland. It's a bit annoying when people do that, especially farmers. And I'm too old to be climbing gates. And I didn't really feel that bothered about bagging the trig. But I was kind of annoyed. Because in my head I thought, oh, I definitely won't climb over, it's trespassing. And then I remembered, it's not trespassing, it's open access moorland. It's just he stopped the access. So, like this gate here, it's just on a hook. And the other one, he decided he wanted to padlock. Kind of annoying. So I've got another trig point coming up at 256, I think, which is a bit nearer the road. And I don't think that's on moorland, so we'll see that one. But yeah, I think where you can just see that hut on the speck on the line there. To the right of it, I can just see the trig point. I'm kind of annoyed, but I'm having too good a time to complain about it. The weather is phenomenal. I'm thoroughly buzzing. It's summer vibes, man. You're breathing those summer scents that I love so much. And it's November, and there was a news article on the BBC, because obviously hashtag climate change, saying, oh, it's very warm for a November. And in Britain it doesn't really get cold, and I've been on this earth for 40 years. 40. It doesn't get cold in Britain till about December, January. Then you get hit like a hammer. So that's why we rarely have a white Christmas. We don't have snow until January. Now, I've been to North versus South, the big paintball game, which is back on next year. And that was in May, the first bank holiday of May, and freezing to death. But also 1 year, scorching sunshine. So that should give you an idea. People have short memories in this country. So November, December, they're usually quite mild, wet, rainy. And these are just golden days. These are rare. And I'm taking it. So yeah, on this particular issue, don't feel it's a climate change issue. It's just called Britain. I don't know if you can just zoom in enough there, but that weird formation, Armscliff Crag, just added it to the list. It's a bit weird, isn't it? There it is. There's the trig point, but not for us today. No access whatsoever. And that is most definitely on private land. There'll be no trespassing today. I'm utterly overwhelmed by the beauty today. Absolutely fantastic. Those landscapes, they're just stunning. Looking east, like what did I say it was? Armswick Crag? I don't know. Absolutely stunning. There's a big, massive railway bridge, multi-arch one, a bit like you see at the Yorkshire Three Peaks near Whernside. Stunning. You'd think it was summer. It's absolutely fantastic. Right, we're well overdue for a break, but in the absence of having somewhere to have it, we're at 9.5 miles, we've got 7 left. We're making good time, but we're going to go down to the bottom of here, take a road north, and we're going to head towards the reservoirs. Breathe it in. I might not smell this again till next year. Glad to be making the most of it, really am. And it makes me want to go out tomorrow, but no, really do need to have a rest day. I need to spend some time at home, give the feet a rest, get ready for work. But love it. What on earth is that? This does look like a good spot to have a sit and some brew and a biscuit, I think. Oh man, what an absolutely gorgeous spot. I've got the sun in my face, I've got this stump to sit on. Look, I'm relaxing here. Reclining. I can see if anyone's coming. Cyclist literally just came down and he just said, I think I've took the wrong turn, mate. I think he's alright. I think it comes out the other end. So we've got this bottle here. Are You Digging It? YouTube. So it's a YouTube channel for metal detectors. So I just looked on Instagram and sent him a message with a picture of the bottle asking what's in it, because it has no smell whatsoever. I'm assuming it's got something to do with detecting metal, but I thought, yeah, might as well message and give them a shout out. So there you go. If you're into that kind of thing, are you digging it? Must have just dropped the bottle last time they were around here. Got my brew. I've got a Twix. I don't know if I can do this. I feel I'm going to get spilt brew on myself. There we go. Oh, this is precarious at best. I had half of it before. Twix. It's a good dunking biscuit, this. Let's have a dunk. Caramel shortbread wafer. Not wafer. Caramel on top of shortbread covered in chocolate. Don't feel like having my sandwich. The only redeeming feature of a Mackey's, say something like the double sausage and egg or that breakfast roll, because of the high fat, high calorie, jam packedness of such a meal, it tends to last you the whole day. I know it's nasty food, but just because of the sheer calorie content and the fact that most of it is fat, it's slow burning, so you do find it gives you enough energy for quite a lot of the day, to be honest. I don't recommend it. I don't think it's the healthiest kind of food, but something to bear in mind. Sadly, we're not going over that mightily impressive bridge. We're taking the Six Dales Trail. This is the River Washburn. There you go, you got your money's worth now. And there's clearly some kind of race on. It's got a few runners with numbers on coming down here. But by the by, just speechless. I mean, look at my face. I've got the sun in my eyes. Absolutely beautiful. And the danger is, most people do, they look at all this and then go, let's worship nature. And that is the equivalent of having a fantastic meal and worshipping the meal and not saying thanks to the chef. And you look at all this green, autumn leaves, the river, the blue sky, the beauty of it, and you go, that's art, that's artistry. And if it's artistry, there's an artist. So all of this screams a creator. I don't think the squirrels get up in the morning and go, that's a beautiful sunrise. The fact that we can appreciate it tells us what our relationship is to that creator, that artist. It's beautiful, man, beautiful. That's an odd style. I was hoping we were definitely not going up there. It looks like we're going there. I can see why the cross country running it. Up, down, left, right. It's a proper grueling trail. I mean, I'm walking it. I don't know what they're like running it, but I'm steaming, man. It's like summer. Fantastic though. Hard to think we started this morning in the mist and the fog and all the layers on, and now here we are sweating. We're crossing this bridge, following, well, we're going to cross the Washburn, carry on up to that next reservoir. Wow, loving it, absolutely loving it so far. You can just see a couple of runners coming from there. It gives me an idea where I'm going. Alright, let's carry on. About 5 miles left. And that, my friends, is what looks like a permissible footpath, no longer permissible. I'm supposed to be going right down that. Oh, heck. Anyway, if we can get left, there is a public footpath further up. Let's hope the farmer doesn't kill me. Definitely the most magical of mystery tours today. That permissible footpath has messed me up. So I'm on the parallel course. I want to get there before the horses stuff is in the way. Can I get through around that side? Down there at that gate? Can I climb over that? Definitely want to be over there. Neighing horses, not helpful. Look at that. I was supposed to let me through. Try this gate down here. As you can see, pink and skin. There's the reservoir, about to get back on track. Now, I accept the fact that the permissible footpath, you know, the landowner has every right to deny permission. It shows up in orange on an OS map. But this is a public footpath, and he's basically just, I notice a pattern with horse owners. Just put up his electric fence across the path, so you can't even risk climbing it or going through it. So I had to detour around down here, so I'm sweating to come back up. But as long as we've got access, now this path we're on at the minute is public access, which means he has to give us access. So there should be a gate. I can see a gate. It's going to give us access to Swinsty Reservoir, and then we're back on track. But yeah, I haven't got time to be mucking about with detours. Not put me off though. Oh no, still loving the trail. Yes. I want to be over there, do I? Opening. We are walking north along the eastern side of Swinsty Reservoir, following a well-tended sort of public-y walk kind of thing. So we're going to make up for some lost time because the clock is ticking, and we'll head to Fewston Reservoir, is it? Fewston. Cut across its southern part and go up its western side. So we're going to bash out some miles, kind of wishing I had some energy drink round about now. Temperature's really dropped now, sun's gone down, not a cloud in the sky, so it's going to be a cold night. It's refreshing, got less than a mile left just to finish off Fewston Reservoir. Yeah, very popular little walk. I can hear the road. 0.3 of a mile left. Feeling good, feeling strong. St Andrews there from this morning, which seems like an age ago. I can see the road. Whew, that was a burn. Hard burn. Grinding out them miles. There we are. Look at beautiful, that church. Car parked up ahead. Oh, back of the car. 20 past 4. That was a slog. Just those last few miles. Again, I'd allowed a trail of 16.3 miles on paper, and thought, well, if I could get there at first light and get started, should have enough time. But the problem was always is the filming, and because it's been such a stunning day and a stunning trail, I stopped to do a lot of filming and a lot of picture taking, so my average speed, which I will now ping, there you go, there's Gary's stats, exactly 17 miles. Yeah, so my average moving speed, although my moving speed's at 3 miles, overall, when you take in the entire trail, with stoppages, it drops it down to like 2. I can't see it, or you can see it. But no regrets at all. I'm going to cane it home. I've allowed a buffer. The rush was to get back for 4. I've got a buffer of an hour. So it's not like I'm on the last minute. I'm not actually late. Pilgrim hiker is never late. He arrives exactly when he intends to. But I don't want to go into the buffer hour if I don't have to. All that being said, we're all good to go. We're going to set off in a minute. Go home, change shirt, pick my Bible up, head to Tim's. Starving, famished, hungry. Wanted to eat my bagels, my ham, cheese and sweet chili bagels, but I spoiled my tea. And they always put on a good spread. So I'm going to save them for tomorrow because tomorrow is rest day and there's no way I'm going out again. What a trail. Fantastic. I cannot... it's ranked right up there. I think one of the greatest ones I've ever done was my Rivington one because the weather was perfect. Go back and look at the video. But when you just got these vibes, I said it on the trail, summer vibes, man. It was like summer again, but in November. And they're rare days, those. And the trail was right. The whole route was right, with the exception of this permissible path. Which, again, we're at the mercy of the landowner when it's a permissible path. So it looks like it's a dotted line, but it's in orange. So it's entirely at the landowner's decision, it's up to him, basically, whether he or she wishes to give you access. And today, they didn't. So we had that parallel path. And that was the only snafu. I wasn't expecting the reservoirs to be as busy, but again, not bothered. Not bothered at all. It was beautiful. Got some fantastic photographs. I put my photographs up, said this before. My photographs are up on my Facebook page and on Instagram. Instagram limits how many I can put up. But obviously I can put up to about 80 per time on Facebook. So it's Pilgrim Hiker Facebook. Just give me a follow. You don't have to send a friend request if you want to see those pictures. There we go. Right. That being said, I'm going home. I'm going to get on with the rest of my evening. I didn't even treat myself to a bottle of red wine. Proper relaxed tonight. Great double bill of walking. Looking forward to doing the videos, editing wise. And I have absolutely no doubt that I will see you next time back on the trail.